It's time for a pattern review of the Style So Me Bree dress. So if that's some content you would like to see, keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are going to be talking about the Style So Me Eryn Shiels from Style So Me, the Bree dress, which is what I have on. Now before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, bonjour. If you are returning, you know what to do. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink, come on back so we could go ahead and get into this pattern review. I don't want to take very long, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this pattern review. All right, so you guys, I'm going to give you a little background because if you don't know, this is the second dress that I created for hashtag BHM Pattern Designers, hosted by the lovely So Natural Dame, Natita from So Natural Dame. She also has ambassadors, Anandita at Divine Dita, Crystal from at Crystal Sews and Stuff, and T from at Crumpet Tea and Sewing. Those are her ambassadors this year. So make sure you go ahead and check all of them out. I will put So Natural Dame along with all of her ambassadors information in the description box below. So now let's get over to this and then over to the pattern review. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Eryn Shiels from Style So Me. So Eryn Shiels, she created Style So Me back in, I want to say 2016. I was following her on YouTube when she did a pleated box skirt. From there, she decided to start diving into PDF pattern because she was one of the indie patterns, black indie patterns that started branching out to do PDF patterns that fit more of a curvy girl, okay? So I do own quite a bit of her patterns. She did, however, close her business down last year in 2022. I want to say a little after BHM last year. I want to say towards the end of March, she started closing her business down. So it's no longer available if you were not able to purchase those patterns during that going out of business sale. I do apologize, but I do have a few of them. So I do want to share the patterns that she has that you may actually own that you can do for hashtag BHM. And then we're going to go ahead and get over into this pattern review for the Bree dress. So a couple of patterns that she has that I own is, of course, the Bree dress. She also has the Madison cardigan, which I'm going to try to put as many of the photos up on the screen so you're able to see that as well. She also has the Janelle skirt. I have not done that skirt, but it is amazing. She also has the Eryn dress as well, the Lisa loungewear, the Susan top, the Erica dress, which Erica Bunker from at Erica Bunker, she was basically the face of this pattern, which I thought was amazing as well. She also has done the Giselle dress, the Cameron dress, the Nikki blazer, the Percy pants, the Anitra jumpsuit, the Daphne button-down shirt, the I think it's called Elaine blouse, and then the Alyssa blouse as well. There's one more that she has done as well, which I believe is called the Naomi dress, which I have that pattern as well. So those are some of the patterns that Eryn Shiels from Style So Me have done. It's a lot of patterns. So if you did not purchase those patterns when she was still in business, I do apologize because they're no longer available. So I just wanted to highlight Eryn Shiels this week as well as one of the black pattern designers. All right. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into a quick pattern review of this gorgeous dress that I created, which is the Bree dress. All right, so the pattern, I'm going to get into the pattern description, but this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to tell you guys that you guys know I'm not a fan of PDF patterns. However, I had to represent Eryn Shiels from Style So Me this year because I wanted to do this dress last year in 2022, but I was running up against time because I had so many different series going on. So I made sure to put this at the top of my list, which is the Style So Me Bree dress. So the pattern description for this pattern is just basically a dress, It does have like a side sash. It also has like a pleated sash, I should say, in the front. It also has a 22-inch invisible zipper. And I wouldn't say this is like an everyday dress that you would wear. I would say you would want to wear this for like a Valentine's Day or like a date night. You know what I mean? So that's what this dress is about. Let's go ahead and get into the skill level for this pattern. So I'm going to say that the skill level for this pattern is, I mean, it's beginner friendly if you follow her Sew Along on her YouTube channel. But I will say that this is more of like an intermediate beginner. But her Sew Along is easy to follow. All right. Let's talk about notion shoes. So the notion shoes for this pattern is just a 22-inch zipper. That's all you need in order to, as far as notions, to do this pattern. Let's talk about fabric used. So the fabric used that for this pattern is called the Featherette. It is from Houseofmamiwata, which I did show in a previous pattern, well, not a pattern, a fabric haul from Houseofmamiwata. However, she does have some more, not of this colorway, but she does have other colorways that are available on her site. I will go ahead and link to Houseofmamiwata in the description box below if you are interested. I'll try to find a few of them that you could definitely purchase from Houseofmamiwata. Also, speaking of Houseofmamiwata, there is a sale going on. The code is Elevate. If you spend $40 on fabric, you will get 2 yards free. Also, if you use the code WINNING, for every $100, you will get 10% off. I will go ahead and put both codes in the description box below, so you're able to go to houseofmamiwata.com to get you a discount. All right, and some free fabric as well. All right, so let's go ahead and move over into the pattern pieces. So for this pattern, it is 8 pattern pieces. So you have the front bodice wrap, the back bodice, the sash, the front pleat, the front skirt, the back skirt, and the pocket. All right. So one thing I will mention about the pattern pieces is the bodice is for all views. But one thing I noticed on the pattern piece is that on the printed paper, it says cut 1 for your bodice. The thing about it is you need to, if you're doing view B, which is the view that I did, you need to cut 2 for your bodice. And you'll see that in her Sew Along, that if you cut 1, you're going to have to cut another one. So I just went ahead and cut 2 to begin with because it didn't look right to just cut 1 and then you just have a bag. It just didn't look right. So I went ahead and cut 2 for that. So I do want to make that correction that on that pattern piece, it will say cut 1, but you need to cut 2 of fabric and 2 of lining. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about pattern sizing. So for this pattern, I have the size chart right in front of me, which is the instruction booklet. So for this size chart, it comes in extra, extra small to 3X, which is size inclusive. The size that I cut was an extra large, but I want to say something about the extra large. So looking at the finished garment measurement, it fits in the bust and the waist. However, it did not fit in the hips according to the finished garment measurement. So one thing that I had to do is before I started doing my lining, I did have to add 1 inch to the back of the pattern piece. Now, remind you, I cut my entire dress out and I just had to add strips in the back by the zipper in order for it to fit. Because listen, after you have sewn a lot of the dress together, you definitely do not just want to throw the dress away. So I had to do what is called fix the dress, fix the fabric. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you that here in a second through some photos that I'm going to show you where I had to do some fixing the fabric and making it do what it do and make it work and make it gorgeous. You can do the same thing too. All right. Let's talk about modifications. Did I make any modifications for this dress? Absolutely not, outside of adding the 1 inch strips to the back for the zipper to be able to fit and not be super tight. That's the only modification that I did, but it's not necessarily a modification. It's just basically sizing it up and making it do what it do. All right. All right, let's talk about, did it look like the photos in the drawing on the pattern envelope? Yes, it does. I think that this dress is amazing. If I do say so myself, it's just, I will say that for the pattern, it does not give you a line for your bust, your waist, and your hips. So one thing that I will say for this pattern, if you decide to do this pattern, make sure you measure yourself. So measure from your shoulder to your nipples, measure that, see how far it is from your shoulder to your nipples, and then from your shoulder to your waist, and then your shoulders to your hips. That way you could transfer those marking onto your pattern pieces, so then you know where your bust, your waist, and your hip is when you go to measure across to make sure you're cutting the right sides. Now I cut the extra large all the way across, and it was still super small in the hip area, even though the size that I cut should have been spot on with no issues, but it is what it is, and I saved the fabric. All right. Are the instructions easy to follow? So yes, the instructions are well written. Normally with patterns, you don't get instructions that are well written, but Eryn Shiels, she made sure that these instructions are, written very well. But to be honest with you, I just turned on her sew along and just relaxed and did it with her sew along. You guys know I really didn't need the sew along, but I felt like I wanted to do the sew along, and it's easy to follow along with the sew along. She did an amazing job with the sew along as well. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. So I don't have really any dislikes outside of the sizing is a little off in the hips. It's perfectly fine in the bust and the waist. It's just a little off in the hip area. So I do want to make note of that. If you do this dress, it's spot on great, except for in the hip area. So make sure that you are aware of that if you decide to do this pattern. All right. First time experiences. I don't have any first time experiences, to be honest with you, with this pattern. I have done, wrap dresses. This is more like a wrap dress. I have done that too. So I don't have any first time experience whatsoever. Would I sew this dress again? To be honest with you, no, I would not sew this again, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to wear this as an everyday dress. And I'm trying to put more things that I could wear every day to work in my closet, instead of just kind of like here and there, So I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't sew this dress again. I think this dress would be one and done for me, but I do like this pattern for sure. I may do like a top or something like that, but not the entire dress for sure. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Absolutely. I feel like this dress could be an easy, kind of like take that from regular, wear to date night and beyond. So yes, I would recommend this pattern to others. My pattern rating. So for my pattern rating, I'm going to stamp this dress as a 4 out of 5. And the only reason why I'm taking off 1 point is simply because the waist is, not the waist, but the hips is a little off on that measurement, okay? But outside of that, if it wasn't for that, I would give this dress a 5 out of 5, all right? Well, that's it for the pattern review. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, one thing I will mention is make sure you are going over to Instagram and follow the hashtag BHM Pattern Designer, so you can see all the other lovely sewists in the sewing community, what they created for hashtag BHM Pattern Designers all month long. All right. And one last thing is Joann's sale. Let's talk about it real quick. So this week, starting today, Thursday, it will be the Simplicity sale. So I did post this Tuesday, but I'm going to post it again today. It's Simplicity patterns are on sale for $1.99. New Looks is also on sale for $1.99 as well. It is unannounced for New Look patterns, so you will never see that on the little cards that they have out at Joann's, but just make sure you ask them to scan the pattern for you. This sale runs from the 16th all the way to the 18th as well. So pick up you some Simplicity patterns as well as the new early spring patterns. All right, that's it for this video. Until next time, keep sewing.